Diving into the world of social media analytics can feel like navigating a maze, especially for beginners. I know exactly how you feel because I've been there, and this podcast will help break it down into simple, actionable steps so that you can start using the data that you're collecting to your advantage. Are you ready to get started? I know I am. Let's go. Hey there, welcome to the Lora Shipman Show. We hang out here weekly to talk about things like social media, entrepreneurship, marketing, tools, strategies, tips, and it all starts right now. Hey there, before we get started with this show, I just want to share my passion with you. I love teaching people just like you how to master social media for business, breaking it down into easy to consume and easy to execute steps so that you can see immediate results. So whether you want to start a social media consultancy or grow your brand's presence on social media, I can help. I can help you get started and master all the things that you need to know. So I want you to go over to my website. It is filled with resources, tools, tips, and courses. Visit lorashipman.com. That's Lora Shipman.com to get all the goods. Now, you ready for the show? I know I am. Let's get started. Well, hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the show. I'm so glad you are here with me today. And if you're tuning into this podcast, it's because you and I have been in the same place. Analytics, it can be as confusing as heck to understand what all these numbers are, what all the terms are, and how they actually help your business. So let's just dive right into it. So the first things first is we just really need to understand the basics, like what are analytics and why do we collect them? All it is just analyzing data from your platforms that will help you make informed decisions. So by understanding what's working and what's not, you can optimize your content and your strategy to get the boost that you need for your online presence. So what I like to go through are, I'd say, my top 4 analytics that I look at on the daily to see how not only my content is trending, but how my clients' content is performing. The one that I think is the most important and probably the one that most social media platforms measure you on is your engagement rate. So your engagement rate is like how your post is actually performing in terms of comments, likes, shares, reactions, whatever you want to call it. That number is going to be really important for your overall performance. And I always like to say we want to go for that social media hat trick. And that is you want to get a like, you want to get a comment, and you want to get a share on almost every post if possible. If your posts are doing those 3 things, you're going to get the attention and the exposure and the following you're looking for. Now, while every social media platform out there has their own analytic dashboard, there is one tool that I absolutely love, and we'll come back to it a little bit later, but it's Metricool. And the reason why I love it so much is it's pretty robust for what you get, especially even on the free version. I think the only one that it doesn't allow you to look at without getting paid or without doing the paid version is LinkedIn. But what I really love about it is it just kind of puts all of your platforms in one place. You can get an overview snapshot of how each platform is performing, and then you can actually drill down into the different platforms and see how each post is performing, and it actually gives you an engagement rate to look at. So I highly recommend you go in there, check out Metricool, and then it's pretty easy. It's pretty self-explanatory as to what everything is when you're looking at the dashboard. Sometimes if you're not a numbers person like me, when you look at the dashboards in the actual platforms, it's confusing. Metricool just simplifies it, and I have a link to it in the show notes. So make sure you go check it out and just test it out, play with it, and you'll be able to measure and see your engagement. And it breaks it down between organic and paid, which I also love. So you can compare apples to apples, and you can really see how your content is performing on an organic level with no paid ads behind it, and then how it is performing with paid advertising behind it. Okay, getting back to our discussion of the day. So engagement rate, I think, is one of the biggest things that you need to track. And I put that first on my list. The second one that I really like to see is reach and impressions. So let's understand what this means. Reach tells you how many unique users saw your content or saw your post. And impressions is similar, but it indicates the total number of times your content was seen. So that can mean there are repeat eyeballs when you're looking at impressions. So it's important to understand the difference between reach, those are unique people, where impressions is the overall number of times your content was displayed, which means, and I repeat, it can be seen by the same eyeballs. So why is reach and impressions important? It's important because it's telling you how your brand awareness is increasing or decreasing. The more reach and impressions you get, the more your brand is out there, the more exposure it's getting, the more people have the opportunity to interact with it. Which leads us to our next metric to follow, and that is follower growth. Keep an eye on how your accounts are growing. The more your accounts grow, the more brand awareness you get, the more people click, the more people interact, and your business grows. So that's a really good indicator of how your business is growing overall. Another metric that I really like to look at is CTR, or click-through rate. This metric shows the percentage of people who clicked on a link in your post. So the higher the CTR, or click-through rate is, means your content is compelling and relevant. It means people want it, and it compels them to click through and take action on your content, which is what we want everybody to do. Now, I said I had 4 metrics to track. Actually, there's one more that I can't believe I forgot. So I really have 5, and that is conversion rate. And this is also super important, because if your goal is to drive sales or make the phone ring or get people to sign up, a conversion rate tells you how well your content is doing that for you. So the better the content, the better the conversion rate, and the better results you're going to get in your business. So you do really want to follow what that conversion rate is. Okay, so like I said earlier, every social media platform gives you an analytic dashboard, but it could be so overwhelming, especially if you are posting to several different platforms. That's a heck of a lot of things to track. That's why I like Metricool so much, because it gives you that overall snapshot, like I said before, and then it breaks it down by platform in really easy to understand terms, graphs, numbers, all of it. And like I said, I am not a numbers gal at all. And so I really appreciate the Metricool app. So what I'll do is I'll put that link in the show notes so you can click on it, sign up for free, get the free version of it, and you probably can play in that free version for a very long time, and you'll get a lot of information from there, metrics and results of how your content is doing. Okay, so here's a couple of little tips for you to help you analyze your data even more. The first one is, and everybody always talks about it, but it is so super important, and that is just set clear goals. Before diving into any analytics, define what it is you want to measure, what results you want to get. Are you looking to increase engagement? Are you looking to drive traffic? Are you looking to boost sales? Are you looking to increase brand awareness? All that matters in the numbers that you're going to be digesting, right? So pick the right metrics to follow so that you don't get frustrated. And what I really recommend, if you're just starting out with analytics, my recommendation to you is just pick a couple of goals to rate yourself on, like just a couple of metrics. So maybe it's click-through rate, or maybe it's follower growth. Just, don't go crazy trying to measure everything and achieve everything, because you'll just spin your wheels. My next little tip is regularly review your metrics. Consistency is key in everything we do, right? So make a habit to review your analytics on a regular basis. So whether it's once a week, once every 2 weeks, whatever makes sense for you, your business, and your brand, set up a regular schedule to review. And then once you review your analytics, then you'll tweak your content. You'll see what's performing well. And the stuff that is performing well, that's the stuff you're going to want to make more of. And so you really want to stay on top of that, so you know what your audience is looking for from you. Okay, my friends, that is my beginner's guide to social media analytics. I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions about social media analytics, make sure to drop them in the comment section or tag me in a post. I'd be happy to answer them for you. All right, my friends, until our next podcast episode, stay social and I'll see you soon. Hey there, I just want to say thank you for spending time with me here today. I know your time is super valuable, which is why I am dedicated to providing lots of usable, actionable information in the shortest amount of time possible. Before you go, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a future episode. And if you have ideas or topics you would like me to cover in an upcoming show, let me know about it in the comment section provided.